Innovative content. Global audience.
Yes. A very good morning to you all. My name is Daddy Chris, and this is what? Rise and Shine on the African Renaissance Television. It is the 16th of September. Whoa, 2025. We are running. Time is running fast. I don't know whether I'm happy with it or not, but hey, you can't stop time. Well, this is the show where we try to take a look at our newspapers, what is they're saying. But most importantly, I always come up with a topic. A topic is always annoying. That's why my mouth is so big. I talk a lot and people get angry. Yesterday on this show, YouTube got to accuse me. Of course, it wasn't a copyright infringement because we played element of Fela music. It was part of a little documentary. But they have to ask me to wipe it off. It's done now. That video has been restored. And I want to thank them for that. Unfortunately, perhaps there's that part of our life need to be addressed. That it's good to protect the artist's work, but how about glorifying it? You know, I didn't play the music for the fun of it. I was talking about the content of the lyrics, and it wasn't a full music. That's a debate for another day. I know those children who are now fighting for the law will see how those parts of the laws can be amended worldwide. Well, I have Mary already with me in the show. I'm going to quickly add her. Today, I'm a little bit bored. I hope I don't bore you with my boringness. What happened here, Mary? Come on. Let me have you guys on the show. How are you? Young women. Morning.
Good morning.
Asaba.
London. Good morning, Abuja.
Good morning, Asaba.
This is Asaba and Abuja women. Yeah. So how is the state? Maybe your boyfriend don't come back. Or have you seen there with us? It's wicked back in the country.
Did he tell anybody that he traveled before? Even when they were saying he traveled, he has not said anything. So who will now?
They see wicked all the time now. You don't say wicked.
He didn't tell anybody that he traveled. He didn't tell anybody that he's sick. His media aid did not come to debunk anything or address anything. So nobody can tell whether he's back or not, or whether he even left the country in the first place. Okay. We don't know.
You know, the weekend are crap. They don't defeat the cage out. If you did the country, if you don't come and talk. You know, the last time when they said the weekend was almost crying in the aircraft that they want to die, it turned out to be true. Anyway, I just want to know if it's all right. And now to our working governor, Evelyn. I hope all is well in Delta.
Yes, all is well. Whether Wike is all right, as if we care about him. Why do you want to know whether he's all right? Do we really care about him? When somebody that said is sick, a lot of people have been saying a lot of things about him, and we're not even sure if he's sick or not.
But Mary, why should we care?
And so why do you not say you just want to know if he's all right?
Just want to know whether he's back. It doesn't mean we care.
You don't check. So you want to know whether he's all right. As if
of course, he's holding our office. Mary, he has a point of responsibility. We don't care about him. We care about the office. He has an office to run. We want to know if he's doing the job. I don't like Wike and I don't hate him. He's not my friend. He's not my enemy. He has a job to do, and that is a business I have with him. If he cannot do the job, he should better leave. That's all. It's simple. Sometimes we take this thing too personal. Anyway, I said that's not where we're going to go today. Today, I said let's look beyond the glamour. So we're going to take some time to take a look at the Nollywood and the music industry. What can these guys really do to shape society? I understand most of the Nollywood movies have really corrected a lot of ills in society. When you read about people can correct themselves. You know, are you the bad guy? Are you the bad girl? Are you the bad boy? We begin to see that in the movies. But maybe today, we're going to look how we can extend that to the most pressing issue of our time. I'm going to cry to Nollywood today that we have a challenge in the country. Chino Achebe said our problem is that of leadership. Do you guys agree? If that is the case, so why you are correcting some of the Christianity that is going to come and take over the country and we are all going to go to heaven? Why don't you take that as part of your responsibility? But before I go into that, let me talk to Evelyn. Evelyn, you know, I read Omokri. Omokri, whether you like the guy or not, he read an article that I agree with. I mean, he wrote an article, I agree with him, on my Facebook. You know, he compared, let's listen to that with open mind. He compared when people were saying that the reason Lagos is progressing is because of the seaport. Now he bring in the case of Oyo State. Oyo does not have a seaport. Anambra used to have a seaport. Delta have a seaport. In fact, Port Harcourt have one of the best seaports. They have not been able to generate so much. They've not made enough. But Oyo that doesn't have the seaport is making so much money. Thanks to the governor of Oyo State. You know, maybe that's why they are pushing him to be president. But I don't know whether that man will constant Tinubu. You know, Nigerian politics. If you want to follow Tinubu fight, wow. Tinubu be like Obasanjo when don't eat wish for Bele. They know the fear. You understand? But so the question I want to say to your governor, sometimes when we talk, they get angry. You know, the reason why Delta State is where it is truly and squarely that of leadership. And sometimes it's not because these guys are wicked, but because they just don't get it. You know, if you resume an office, I'm talking to Heavenly now. I know it's your best governor. If you resume an office and you think your job is to collect money from allocation and spend it to please people, the question I ask is, even how sustainable are these projects? You want to construct a road, which is good enough. How are you even going to maintain the road? Now, Delta State is one of the most annoying people on earth. It's not only the Delta State government, and then you look at the Sopadec. We've been on this show, and we discovered that the Sopadec received nothing less than 14 billion every month. That is the money reached there. If not, Ayoko will take 1.3 trillion. What will they talk about? That money will come there every month. So I've never accused you guys of corruption now. I'm not talking about the vision of the leader. I'm not even saying that they are wicked. Do they have the vision? How do we turn their head around? I want to put this one in our DNA. You know the wealth of Oyo State? It comes mostly from agriculture. They receive the least oil money from the federal government. Go and research it. I mean, not the very least. And Abia will be one of them. You see, Mary, as we talk about this country that is bad, maybe we should be looking inwards and look at the activities of the governor. Some of them are doing well. Oyo has done not very well, but they've done well. Abia has not extremely well, but very well. So there is Oyo doing well. Abia doing very well. Lagos is now a role model. So let's just ask ourselves.
No matter how they do very well, they will not drop to what Lagos is doing. Let's call it spade a spade. At the end of the day, people that say they're enriching Lagos more, they are right. Even all these states you are calling now, will you compare them to Lagos? Is there a way you compare Aba or Abia? Is there a way you compare Abia or Oyo to Lagos?
A time will come, they're going to be better than Lagos. Where they are going, if they can embrace the changes they're giving to them, they're going to do better than Lagos. You'll be surprised.
Even the Ibadan you're talking is very close to Lagos. They are still close to each other. Even some part of Ibadan is still Lagos. Some part of Lagos is still in Ibadan. Some people that built house in Ibadan, they still answer that they are in Lagos. They are close to each other.
That's not Ibadan. Ibadan is far away. And yes, a part of Ogun State is, that's even Ogun State you're talking about. Oyo is far away. When you're driving from Lagos to Oyo, they drive far. You understand? If you enter that road, before you turn on the way coming to Benin, you have to drive straight to get to Oyo State. It's far away.
It's Ogun State.
Ogun is nearer. You understand? Ogun, if you say Ogun and Lagos, they are more or less the same place. In fact, our house in Lagos is very close to Ogun State. If not be Ogun, even they said. That one are Lagos. Now the train make a Lagos. Before not be Lagos. So, what I'm trying to say, Mary, is that it's not really, I want you guys to listen. Let's listen together because we're going to quickly go to the topic of today. Are these guys really wicked or they are just not getting it? If so, how do we eject this in them? Because that is the question of the day. If now Abia governor came in, the man is a productive man. Maybe Abia has been a very productive people for work from the one. Nobody get about women rights. Now the women first riot for Nigeria. Go and read about women's rights. Very, very stubborn set of people you see there. But even before now, we don't say about they make, about made. So these are people that do something with their hands. I'm disappointed in Anambra because in there with people, with what they've done there, nothing we never say even in Oside. Where in Oside? Which state?
I think Anambra is an eastern state.
Go better for you. So now we make first ask the Igbo people. When we
but
talk about
aside the productivity, like you're talking about, each state having something to rely on, like being productive. We wouldn't conclude and say the governor is not actually working or doing something of the interest of the people. Because if you look at the area of saying is constructing just road, people will feel like it's just road that he has been constructing. But there are other things he has been doing in the state, other areas he has been impacting lives. Presently, is working on a scheme, housing scheme, which he gave lands to the Federal Mortgage Bank for the workers' housing estates. And also he has reduced cost for dialysis. We all know that dialysis is very expensive. He has reduced the cost and also made provisions for more dialysis machine. So when we talk about him like constructing road, we should also look at the aspects that he's also working on to improve the life of the people of Delta State, because it's not something we just come to.
Can I say this? Now, if the money is spending on the hospital is something we can sustain, then it's all right with me. Okay, this is my problem. If the money spent on road, if the road can be sustained, that is where they blame. Now, I have only 100,000. I want to put it on something that will continue to give me one naira at least to maintain what I put there. No, after putting it there, I'm going to look for another money to maintain what I have put there. And that is where the foolishness comes in my book. I don't care when you put money on. Now you're talking about housing. If your governor love housing, he went to China. If that is the thing you want to do, why don't you take a very tall buildings, and begin to build them? That would be jobs for people. So if you build housing, you let him be doing it to sell, so the state can make money. Now you people are behaving like, how would I describe it? I describe it with my wife here in London. You know what she does? When the kids want to eat anything, she they control what you go eat. You say this sugar is not good for you. Sugar is sweet, oh. You won't allow them to taste it. He said, no, they are not eating it. This is what you are eating today. The boys are going to vex. They will deal with it. What is she doing? She's looking at their health. Now, I'm asking Delta State, is your governor looking at the health of Delta State, or he's playing politics? Because by the time you do things just to please people, you are a foolish man. No vex. Now, Mary, no, you come to your house. Your body now, you love it. Now you they decide, say, I'm not going to eat this thing. Not because it's not sweet. I'm going to eat this because this bitter leaf now will go on itself. Why? Because bitter leaf is good for your health. We have given Delta State to Governor Oboriwori to hold. It's in your care. You owe Delta State that duty of care to make sure Delta State does not die. If Oboriwori leave office today, what has he done that will bring 2 naira to Delta State tomorrow? Come on, man. What I'm doing is not personal. And it has never been personal. When we're talking of Abia, you think if Abia man just go and do something and only create electricity, and that's what I'm going to praise him for? No. That man is the kind of person that will do something and money will begin to come. In fact, almost all the state governors are guilty of what I'm saying. because they've not been told. Mary, Mona, listen to me. The state government have not been told it's your duty to make money for the state. That one, they never take a swear oath for them. And until we get to that level of understanding, we're going to be told, we're going to be doing what I'm doing now. We're going to go back and forth. It is your duty to protect the state. How do you protect the state from bankruptcy? By the state being productive. When I say productive, anything that the state can do that will bring the state money. The English they speak it too much. So sometimes when they look at it, it becomes personal. No, if nobody want to construct road, my question is say, Mama, bros, this road when you construct so good or we fine. The black say we won't get plenty sugar to eat, but we will maintain them. How when you go come out from this road when we will maintain the road? Not people to do any other thing. No. I always say to people, I don't believe in free education. I will give scholarship to some people. I've seen it work in the UK. Free education are poison. If you give me free education, Mary, I go to school, I come back, I not get a job, or I not get good training. Where do be the use of free education? No, the government, oh, it's good to go to school for free. Yes, I like that. But suppose the government cannot fund a good school. This is where we are. Now, government could not fund a good school. Now we are going to private school. Who is stupid? Is it the free education that's not the poison to us now? Is it not the poison? Supposedly the government could pay only 10,000. With the size of Delta State, there will be so much money coming from the people. That money will maintain the great school. We don't need to spend 400 and 500,000 on a child education. Begin when I born yesterday. Women they fear to born now because they don't say to pay school fees. Even a wahala. So who is stupid? I want free education. So when people come to me, they want free education. I will say, no, you're not getting free education, sir. You're going to pay 10,000. The time when you sleep with your wife will not be there. You go contribute to the life of the child now. Why would we contribute? We're not going to do it to make profit alone, but we're going to do it so that the education will be sustainable. Everybody, is it magic to understand that? Now that we want free education, where is the free education? Where has it led us? No, we want free education. Where is it?
Well, wait, Daddy K. They say the oil belongs to us, everyone. How are we benefiting from it, actually?
Oh, Sabrina, that one we won't ask them tomorrow. That one I did discussion for another day. We will discuss today. Oh, if not, oh yeah.
Because there are certain things that should be provided that we don't need to stress over. It's their duty.
If
They
government
should give
can
us free
afford it,
education, yes.
yes,
We deserve to have free education.
is there. Like I said, in the UK, they can afford free education for primary and secondary school, and they're doing so because they can afford it.
But not all school now. Not all schools.
No, UK can afford primary and free education, secondary free education. You understand?
But not all schools.
No, it's of course if you want to take your child to a private school, you see that.
Because if that is saying that these people might not really get the right information, they might be thinking all schools in UK is primary and secondary is free. That was what I was thinking before. It is not all schools. There are still ones that you can pay. The thing is that it's not like they are not free education in Nigeria. The only thing is the free education in Nigeria. Can these children even learn from it? You might see that there are no chairs. That is the kind of school that you see people.
The language is when you come to me and say again, can they afford it? Can the government afford it? Now, Mary, what you're saying, you're right. There's free education. There's free education
from your house to school. You will carry check from your house to school. Teachers will not teach well because free education.
Yeah.
So that's
but they do teach well. If it's well managed, they will teach well.
It's not totally free. Free education means you won't pay school fees, but they will tell the people you will buy uniform, you buy books. So how is it generally free? When they are
selling buying uniform for your pikin. Now we're supposed to buy uniform for your pikin. You want to sleep with your
don't support these people. That's why I'm saying, what are we benefiting from the oil? At least we should have something we are benefiting. If you say, okay, we are using our oil money to give us free education for us to have everything, and hey, we'll be settled.
Yes.
But saying that not be you born our pikin, not be you born this. Now you get the oil. US now on top the oil, they chop them. They chop them. You get them.
Okay, Evelyn, I'm not that responsible, agree. But you know me say, you come because I'm not that responsible now. Waiting I don't go fee pay, I must pay. Then I go then continue to be more irresponsible. I don't know the best way to explain this. The government has
There's
not
a
done
way
their part.
there's a way they regulate it. Like even in the Western world, there are numbers of children.
They don't discriminate.
That concern you. So people will not say because the government is taking charge or giving us free this, they'll come go take advantage, go on full grant. So if you are giving
Nobody stopped
that
making
benefits and that management, there should be
don't worry, people
regulation.
know why women don't want to go into that trouble of bond because they carry children here. They don't want that one. Not picking our trouble here. Because when you carry that picking go to school, carry 1, 2, 3, 4, your life don't finish. Anyway, let's come to what Mary is trying to say. I think I almost agree with what Mary is saying. It's not all schools in the UK that are free. That is true and a false. If you want to take your child to a school that is free, all these our Catholic schools, Anglican schools, and the government schools, they are completely free. They even eat in school, completely free. But if you want to take your child to an academy, which costs money, that's our private schools. Now then they produce most of this one when they become prime ministers. That private school that they go to. You understand? Trust me. And then they go to Cambridge. They go to the universities. They know where they're going. So there's still class here. But what I'm saying is, the government is running this free education here because they can afford it. And the free education as standard. Nigeria, let me talk just now, Mary. Share no day for the children to sit. So what's the point of free education? If the education is not really free, because you can have something free, go chop, go poison, not poison. In fact, Nigerian free education is equal to poison as it is. Mary, I understand what you're saying. That is supposed to be some of the benefits you're supposed to get from oil. That is if the government can afford it. How can the Borori afford free education if they cannot even pay teacher salary? If you don't spend the money to pack some for road finish, I go fit to pay even free education and free health. Now, you people are talking of free education. What about your health? The most important thing for you as a human being is to be alive. Before you even go to school, you need to be alive. You don't have health care. I hear Obama said women cannot go to hospital and born for free. They will go born free, yes. For the first 5 years, the Peking will get treatment free. Look at an insult to an oil producing area. You can blame him as much as you want. But he does not have the money. The reason you should be asking him why does he not have the money is what is he doing? With the money coming, it's not. Oh, I'm not saying the money coming is so much. If everybody has invested the money, some money is coming. Odua has invested the money, some money is coming. If he has invested the money, some money is coming. So then that will be making money from the investment of all these 3 governors. Then nobody would build on it. That would have been the meaning of a more agenda. More agenda is to construct road. And the effect of constructing road is we have free education that is not working. We don't have even hospital. If you go to that hospital for Delta State, if you come back alive, thank God. So yes, everything is true they are doing some work. But what kind of work? Do you understand? Sometimes you can even be giving somebody you're doing a particular work, which is a very stupid work, and it's equal to a poison. You're poisoning us. That's not what I come to talk about today. We're already 24 minutes into the show. Let's go to the topic of today. More than obvious. I can say, let me touch on what Tomokri wrote about the governor of Oyo State. That visionary leadership. Even the man is getting less. He has been able to create enough environment for family to flourish, and they're doing well. I am just going to compare. It's in the middle of nowhere. They don't have nothing. But they are progressing. Whereas your own one gets sick by your side. When I say government not giving a seaport, make government open the seaport first before your governor can open seaport. If nobody want to hear enough, he said, na seaport we must get. Say, my first 2 years na seaport. We will never get one. All the money where they construct the Las Vegas since, seaport never they want to forget job. Seaport will be bringing money to the state too. If my memory serves me well. Because people go goods will land. They go pay you tomorrow. So many things will come from there. No, that will not make sense. Now, bridge, overhead bridge, they don't approve more bridges. So, and I don't know. If you make money from seaport, not be from there, you go to pay school fees. Then you can sustain a free education. When must you wait for federal government money to sustain your free education? What kind of stupidness is that? Anyway, today the area we want to talk about, and they will beat us for this show. The people we want to put on the limelight first, now these people. Make we see them. Remove Afrobeat first. Bring Nollywood. See, I want to give them credit. They've raised Nigerian image to the highest standard. And I've been very, very impressed with what Nollywood have done for us. I mean, in those days, the image of Nigeria was like, oh, when people won't even get anything. Well, with Nollywood, people find out we have a home, we dress well, we are like every other human being. Right, nice. So they've been able to help us to glamorize our nation. And to some extent, they've actually fought some evil. But, you know, like, what did this where university, Mary? Is it Gege University? What do you call it? The Gege University is now correcting some things girls must do, things people must do. And they're not branding them.
That is not something serious, I think.
But at least, that is a way of correcting evils, some evils. You understand?
Which evil?
What I am confused about, really, is...
Somebody is preaching stinginess, he says correcting evil. What is it teaching? When they talk of 40% they learn for social media, I can't talk of gay. It's gay they teach.
Mary, I don't say that one go best, Mary. Now I want just chop. Now I want chop. Anyway, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is, at least
they talk. Never mind when they get 1 naira to give woman, still they talk gay. Even people don't get 1 naira to give woman, still they talk. I see they get money to give out.
No, you get what my friend talk say. Better money when you want to live your life. Woman not be chop and move. Because a poor man self, now they say, now woman chop money because how much woman want chop? But when these guys they make demand is in every day. Otherwise, how much they give woman? If you be guy when they make your money, they make your millions. How much you want to give girl when we worry you? You know, I mean, when you go, you know, how much the school fees when you want to pay girl school fees? But when you are poor, then it becomes a problem. I understand what Mary is saying, but that's not the saying that the girls should now be sitting down and see their men, see our boys and as their bank. Is bad. That's not the topic. I said Nollywood has been done, and sometimes greed has been addressed in Nollywood. Rituals have been addressed. People making money, even they call it rituals. They've been able to touch on that. You know what is tiring me? Is those are not our major problem. Our major problem is our politicians who are actually devouring or the lack of vision. I've never seen a good movie made on a governor who is doing evil or doing good, and the movie now try to portray or show the vision of a governor, the visionary governor. Will it be out of place? So the rest can learn, or condemn the act of a governor, so the learn can learn. What kind of storyline are we seeing? We don't see that. We never see Nigerian movie glorifying that farming can bring you wealth, which we know that is the source of income. Now instead, they go church, tell us, say, anything that is of Christ, you will lead to heaven, you will become successful. Anything of the African tradition, you will go to hell. Now, even only will help to condemn African tradition more than even the Olibo when they bring Christianity. If not like, Mona bets for me. Representation. The problem is Nollywood is such an important organ of society that we can use to shape this country. If they can turn their camera, and you know funny thing, Evelyn, the politicians are not sleeping. They are working hard to promote their images. So hard that I begin to wonder, why are these guys doing so much on this? Let me see where I can get you one image from. I think this image is from Ugeli. You know, You see, the less what the politician really need is something that will promote his image, and they are desperate for it. Let me show you this. You see this? This is what the politicians like. This is probably a local government chairman. He don't buy books, school bag. In this book now, if na my place, they go put the picture of the local government chairman. They'll come share it to the poor teachers who will share to the student. They call image laundering. They want that they give an art. Like Oboriwo, they call that they put her there. Make Oboriwo, they give 45,000 naira. My own governor, now you put for that state, may they give 45,000 naira. Whether you like them or not. And my governor be that too. Now the Chris. Do you understand? They don't want to have time to come and stand and be giving 45,000 naira. When it should be in his office trying to make out to see how the construction of houses are going on so that we can make money. How our farms are doing so that we can make money. He come on the road and go distribute 45,000 naira. You see this one? So the politicians are not sleeping. That's why they spend so much money on media aids. If any politician they work for Nigeria today, now media aid, now you hear. Mary was saying now that the media aid has not come out to debunk anything. They spend so much because they know the power of this. Even though the extent is now frustrating them, they now have to put a law to ban you from using this the way you have been using it. But Nollywood has not been able to realize that they are actually the power. I said it on the show today. If the president come on your show, as I'm between the camera and if I put the president here, he will not say anything until I ask him to talk. He will take, advise it. He will do exactly what you ask him to do. Right there, you are in charge, not the president. A president come to that place now. You are in charge, not him. That is the power when you hold the camera. My only question to Nollywood is how well have you people used that to shape the menace of our society? You've done well in some part too, but our true problem is the corruption, so-called corruption, or the lack of productivity on the part of our leadership, or the lack of the vision even. That's my own part. I don't blame them for being corrupt. I don't call them names, but they actually lack vision. And this vision can be better ejected in movies. Unfortunately, I'm yet to see people making that kind of movies.
Though many are really putting effort though to actually make movies like that, because aside from last year, if you have watched, I don't know, Freedom Way, The Black Book, these are movies that show they acted about our politicians, some of them who are corruption in the country, the economic breakdown and all that. So I feel some of them are trying their best to actually point on aspects like that. And the Black Book about police brutality, like some things we experience in Nigeria, they actually put it in the movie. But I feel these people, they also feel like they think movie is not about just coming to be criticizing all the time. It's also a way to entertain people. And what does the people love? People are going through depression in Nigeria, facing the one from our government and all that. So people need something that will actually sort them out, that will sort them and calm them and all that. So they feel, okay, people need something to entertain them, something they will be happy watching, not bringing it to their face all the time. But there are other directors and producers who are actually doing the good work, that are portraying what we are facing in Nigeria and the possible consequences these people would face at the end. Because at the end of the movie, you see these people, what they show in the movie, they know that, okay, this is what you should be expecting at the end if you don't change as a leader. So there are some producers who have been doing that actually. They'll be putting it to action.
I like that. And these are what we're saying is, I know everything you're saying as if people are looking for a way to get themselves wind up or get free. I will listen to Fela music to free my mind. You understand? And these musicians, and sometimes when I'm on my home, I listen to Bob Marley a lot. You understand? As long as he's even singing the most difficult things we're going through.
And you know that there are sometimes so people listen to Fela music, but man, you just start crying and I'll be saying, God, why? Why us in this country? But there are some moods you'll be like, I want to listen to love music. I want to live that
You
reign
want to fall in love. I
of
understand that.
regret. Of regret,
No, but
of
the
regret
truth
where
is,
I came from Nigeria.
anyway, when you listen to Bob Marley, Bob Marley was actually a woman guy. He's a womanizer. So he said, sometimes even when I want to talk to a girl, that's some of his track I will send, waiting in vain. When I send her to any girl, they'll say, I don't wait tire. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. So it was not always about the rebel things. It's a human being. We do fall in love. We understand that. All of them will come together. But even the beauty of Fela music is that even as they listen to Fela music, if you listen well, though, it's the melody, they dance. The man they dance. The man they give you beating. Have you seen it? Oh man!
But
Have you
sometimes when
listened to African woman? She go say, happy lady, you. Come on.
put some history of how they brutalize people and all that, you start shaking your head and be like, though you get the rhythm and then you dance and all that, but it will hit you deep. You see. So Nigeria, they've seen it that people need something to sort their depression. They are going through a lot. So they rather bring forth, bring the entertainment, something to entertain them, comedy and all that fun, both in the music.
The comedy boys are actually doing well, though. The comedy will come and tell you what you are doing wrong. Oh. You understand? I like it. Wait till this one. Now MC Dafo. MC Dafo, that one a madman. You understand? When MC Dafo, if I say get issue with women anyway. But MC Dafo is my man, huh? You understand?
So many are playing. That's the reason why Buhari last I say lazy Nigeria youths, because
that is, we say the creative.
If you,
what do I call them?
The
creative Nigerian youth.
If you go on social
media, Buhari is
you,
of a generation that wouldn't understand what it means to be creative. How can Buhari understand who is a creative person? He wouldn't understand that. But these are creative Nigerian youth. Creative to the core. If you give Nigerian youth the opportunity, they're going to excel. You see the problem, Evelyn? Perhaps what would you be worried about? Tomorrow I'm going to try and touch on that because I'm going to run out of the show shortly. What is so sad is the Nigerian youth, if you divide their attention now into something productive, say you can't really show one example of somebody when he farm, make money, buy motor, all of them will start to farm. The Yahoo is succeeding today because they say, oh, do not get money before, don't do Yahoo, don't buy laptop, he's making it. Look at the same way all of them started to sing. If you see any young boy now, he go into the studio and want to release his music in one blow, he can see the trend. The truth is, our leaders fail to show leadership. Let me put it this way. The industry where the children are succeeding is not made by government. That is where leadership is lacking in the country. I'm not talking of infrastructure now, this one, no. A leader we intentionally create a law through education as well that, okay, this is what we need to do. We need to divert our youth mind that this is the way to go. Because I can see that if the youth participate in farming, for instance, in the next 10 years, Nigeria will be the highest supplier of food to the world. To do that, I'm going to divert them intentionally by leading them in way of going to study farming, formal or informal, by all means necessary to convince them that farming is the way, and by showing them that example and providing that route. Just like the way they flooded Nollywood now. You see fine girls becoming great farmers. Because the point is they want to survive. Most of the people that go to Nollywood is not because they love camera. They can see you can make money, you can make a life there. And you can actually be popular if you are a great farmer. That is the thing. That will become the narrative the government want to say. How come the Nigerian government has never been able to lead the Nigerian youth in any direction that had led progress to their life? Nollywood didn't come from Nigerian leaders. Music didn't come from Nigerian leaders. Comedy didn't come from them. Fashion design and tailoring, maybe. We don't get that. All these things I'm talking about, none of them is in the Nigerian universities. Meaning the government is not even intentionally planning on how to direct the youth or lead the youth in a direction. We're a country that is without a leader, no vision. And these are the visions I'm talking about. A leader will be planning. You see what China did? They make sure they make the youth to start to think. That's why all of them begin to make their own mobile phone and brand it. Because everybody now know that, oh, let me do this. This will become my brand. That's why you see some of them don't have a name. But their mobile phone you can use. Because the government intentionally created that atmosphere. You know why is it to start to produce mobile phone? If the tools are not there, if the equipment are not there, and the materials are not there, will you make a mobile phone? Government intentionally flood the area with those resources so young people can go and be creative there. How come Buhari doesn't understand anything, be a creative human being? Now, family being an old. In fact, the problem we have also is when you bring an analog man like me to come and lead in a digital democracy, you're stupid. I'm analog. I'm trying to transform myself. It's not easy. How can a man who went to school in my time be this really creative in this new generation? We call my Gen Z. How can I cope with you? You think all the things you talk about and understand it? If we go on social media now, what you're watching is not what I'm going to be watching. But if you look at where the world is going, the world is moving so fast that we cannot afford to stay in the old. We have to stay in the new. The new is the Gen Z. Then we need to give them direction. Otherwise, they're going to lead us. Do you know it's the Nigerian youth leading us? Not our leaders. They're the one leading us into Yahoo. They're leading us into Nollywood, leading us into music, leading us into comedy. Not the government. That's a country that doesn't have a leader. Mona Noves. If we have leaders, our leaders will be intentional. You see, all these things we are talking about, they are not going to happen by accident. If it happens by accident, then it's going to be chaos, like what we see today in Nigeria. It's something that is supposed to be planned. The focus of a country in the next 10 years. You see, Chinese people they know where they're going to be in the next 10 years. In fact, they're going to produce the best human being that the world is here to see. Like you see in that movie. Is it Twins? American government were trying to produce the best human being that the world has ever seen. I'm telling you, Chinese is going to do that. All this one, when they go to bed with our wife to go give birth to children, it's going to stop soon. I can predict in 20 years' time, if I'm still on earth, people not going to get Pekin. Say I go to bed with my wife. They will bring out their sperm, put it there, create the best. And if that one not good enough, if your government will say, no, we're not producing this one. We want to produce the best human being that can function well mentally, physically. Because that will be the essence of the country. Probably they're not going to see people like me again when it's small. And they are joking. Have you watched the recent World Championship? Did they follow sport at all? Now only this guy now managed to win something for Nigeria. Team Nigeria managed to win something. Our daughter. And when they line up for the 100-meter race, I not see Nigeria. Now only one guy, 9 followers reach there. Ask yourself why. Like I said before, what they left in Africa were genetic garbage. They took the best out of the continent. Are we going to be intentional about it? Because in a few years' time, there's going to be a fusion of the white and the black to produce the best human being the world has ever seen. And I'm talking big here. Chinese are going to produce human beings. They're not going to wait for you to go to bed and produce human beings for them. They're going to produce human beings. Whether science, whether religion will be against it, that will be a system or the topic for another day. They're going to produce a human being they know that can dominate the world. If AI is not giving you a wife and a husband, that's what AI has done. Some people now, they know when to marry. The AI may be their wife. And if AI not they argue with you, what you tell AI do not they do? And some guys, and some women don't want husband, oh, husband. Now it looks like joke. I will not be surprised if tomorrow we no more marry.
There's no way a man and a woman will be extinct, no matter what they bring forth, AI or whatever.
But
to never go.
So you don't think that we're going to produce the best human being, that the government will be intentional about it, especially if war continue.
They should be independent. Why are they still depending on getting their sperm and this to make it? They should make it with their own hands now. Since they can make it.
They go prepare the sperm. They go take the best sperm when they know say go produce the best. With time they go remove all this.
It will not stop a man and a woman from coming together. Never.
Hey, listen. Anybody when they think that one, don't they? I believe you. Now they talk that one. I'm sorry. The best sexual satisfaction these days doesn't even come from penetrating a woman. In fact, men are no more even satisfying women. Sorry, we're not going to that topic. It's too deep. Women satisfy themselves. So a time will come, women go get their freedom. So that the use of the man I just to do the whole part that come out. My real satisfaction, I know where to get her. There's that home today that doesn't have a sex toy. Talk to me. More than the best. But don't talk about this topic another day. There's actually a home. If you want your wife to be happy, not buy a sex toy, whether you go date that, whether that family will contain you. As the way that they buy better bed those days, now so will they buy sex toy now. Now that make I hear say we not get. But not get that joke. Now the women say about the talk, the men see they, at least men know they too they hard to satisfy.
Not be everybody gets.
I agree. But the time they reach everybody, it not gonna be like when I was shooting my movie, Lord, where is my man? This one said, one day looking back, he thought it come for. Now say, why they carry this in the worker? It's a make a hider. He said, "No, when I get my own," and they also I get my own. So the four of them get. You know, I was just trying to say, it is no more a taboo, and in fact, it's going to be a norm to buy sex toy for your wife. It's not even a toy. It's not out of place now as I'm talking, and the technology is improving in that area. You know that you're not make her completely satisfied. You know what support her. Make her hear. Where did that Chris can't talk this kind of money? I bet not be talking. Let's go what we're saying. Anyway, the same thing is with the Afrobeat. All right? Same thing with Afrobeat. We can do better and we will do better. You know, when I see Afrobeat, all you guys remember me. Is, you know, let me say this. Evelyn, when you listen to the real musicians, your soul will be blessed. But when he said, it takes a joyful song to make the world go round, to please your heart and soul. Come on, rock on now. It's a punky reggae party. My voice is no good. You see, in that punky reggae party, you know, there was a day we did with our my friend with this school. We can't go visit Papa. You understand? So we put Bob Marley Exodus. Get one of the VHS. We put up. You know that boy now Bob Marley fan. My friend. When he played that music, Bob Marley closed his eye. When he can't do like this, eye can't open once. He don't close and back because they know they see that eye. Now the man said that this guy is in the class of his own. He's a gentleman. You understand? Because if you listen to the way Bob Marley will express things, the melody is there, the dance is there, the message is clear. Have you listened to Exodus, my people? Okay. Now, listen to natural mystics. In fact, sometimes there's a way that it's actually, if you listen to that music, there's a natural mystic blowing. It starts from slow. Dun, dun, dun. You know, then you begin to raise it. My young people. Why? What I'm saying is that music is never been a place to just to dance. Not Afrobeat, maybe Oyibo own. Go and look at the origin of music. jazz was the way slaves were communicating. In those days, they were not allowing slaves to talk to one another. So they turned the way when they sing in a message, they talk. They were they understand what they say. Because they were not allowed to talk, so they were speaking in a tongue. Let me put it that way. That's the origin of jazz music. Music has never been just something to just dance. Not for the African man. And it's even in those days, when they take and they dance to Igbe. Music has never been just for fun. That's why when you go to church, the first thing a pastor will get is a choir. Music is never for fun. Use it well, children. You can turn the fortune of Nigeria like Fela did. He paid a lot of price for it. It's not a track, it's not a line you want to follow. But like I said, the revolution of today, it's not even the revolution of blood anymore. It's the revolution of the mind. Preaching the right message. Like I said now, I want to see a governor that is, now that Abia State governor is doing well, go and look at him. Take a little bit of his work. Use that to make a movie. Glamorize it. Make it beautiful. It becomes a source for others. And you know what Nigeria has not even done? I'm going to say that before I leave, I keep my mouth short. I'll spend the rest few minutes to do that. Evelyn, there is nobody, no hero in America that has not been made into a movie. Let me repeat that. There is no hero in the United States that has not been made into a movie. If not a full movie, they've got a serious documentary on them. Even blacks. Unfortunately, I'm yet to see a film made on Fela, Mama. I'm yet to see a big movie on Dr. Nkrumah Okano. I'm waiting to see Abofemi Awolowo on the big screen. I am talking. I am the one that cried that I'm going to make a film about Abacha. You know, good or bad, when you tell stories of these men, people learn. There's nobody without a mistake. When I was watching Tony Blair, which has not been made into a movie because Britain don't have that culture either, I watched The Rise and Fall of Tony Blair. Great movie to watch. It was a documentary. If I'm tired there, if I want to sleep, I put it in and I'll sleep well. The Rise and Fall of Tony Blair. As a political student, that's something you'll be watching all the time, and you will be richly blessed. You see how difficult decisions are being made. Hallelujah. How difficult decisions are being made. Thank you, sir, Sonny. How difficult decisions are being made. You cannot, and we cannot continue the way we're going. The future of Nigeria is now. When I look at the two of you, let me bring this out. When I see these two young women, I see a future. It has come to a place and Nigeria has made them to even not to see it in themselves. Only music and movie can do that. And like I said again, go and look at how many movies we could have made about ourselves. Instead, una they go make epic when you go one watch because now Netflix want. One and not this. Are you saying making a film about James Ibori is not a movie? It don't sell. It's already sold. Now to go into the bush, I will never make it. Because if I'm going to make the epic movie about Nigeria, it's going to be a story of how the Benin people rule themselves. Do you know that if we're to be the Benin Empire of those days, which is where in my book I'm arguing that cinema started in Benin. Now let me tell you this. In those days, if there's a big event in Benin, the Oba will contact those people who cast this into bronze to carve it into bronze. Because they were not reading and writing Mary, then they will hang it. That become a history, a document. It was a way of writing down events. That broadcasting which the Benin man knows. So they say it's not even something to celebrate in Benin. All of them don't go school. Forget the rich cultural heritage we have. Like I said, I'm going to keep my mouth shut now. In the community where I come from Ogara, there is not a single story, not even a single museum of how we came to be. You cannot go there and go to a small library of the community where I come from. And I see all the academicians, all the intelligent people talking. And I wonder, where are you people coming from? If they ask now, what single document can you use to show who we are as a people? You don't get. I should keep quiet. Because the more I talk, the more I offend people. And may God come and deliver us from this shameful being. We've been the most shameful being. How we going to resolve? How we going to turn around? I don't know. But may God really, because that is the only thing we can think of now. But God help those who help themselves. When I talk here, in the next few years, maybe, Evelyn, imagine where this world will be. When people are talking up there, I talk about car. This phone I'm using now, 3 years ago, it was not in existence. When did WhatsApp came? Don't you think something better than WhatsApp is coming tomorrow? Before now, there was no WhatsApp. It was so expensive to call Africa. Now we are broadcasting in this pattern. Maybe you are in Abuja, cheese here. We are in the same room. We are in the same room. Yeah, can you see the future of broadcasting in the next few years? And how can people now not think about them? You are constructing roads. You say you get vision, and no vex. We have indeed failed our generation. So thank you, Sonny. We have failed our generation. And I can't blame anybody. You know why? Where I'm talking from, I'm like a lonely man in the wilderness. Have you seen the voice of John the Baptist in the wilderness? Calling on the Israelites to repent that the kingdom of heaven is at hand. But we can't see the kingdom of heaven that is here. We're so locked up in the past that we don't want to come to the reality of our future. But the future is here. I can only imagine the kind of cars my children will drive. Mary, when I not see this car, and if I never born at that time, some of them never born, but I go see her.
Yeah, tortoise car.
What will you do with a tortoise car today?
One door.
We go see drive for this car. It was the most rainy car of that time. As at that time, we never know that Bentley go come. Bentley go become dustbin soon. Have you seen the Mercedes Hebrew use? In those days, when we come Europe, the best motor one would they bring now, that Mercedes 200, 230. PE. You can say get food, get yash for back. You get ring. They say the motor get ring. That's what they call at that time. Akpa. Today now, nobody go enter. The first car I brought to Nigeria when I was in Europe, now be the Shagari car. Which is a big car. Today, who they use that Mercedes? They say now when they call at that time, they get the name one we give them. My people, Nigerians, the world is not waiting. This our closeness. Like I said something today, they go verse. I can only imagine the way people will be sleeping in bed, even in your wife, in a few years' time. In those days, say woman use toy, not taboo. They no more here. Even some people no more here now. But how man when not buy toy for a wife today? Now I know what they do. You there, he there here. No buy toy for her. This is the reality. Sorry. Don't like it. There's hardly a home without toy. Then imagine where the toy will lead us to. Where we're going. Our mama not see that one though. Our children won't make love. We don't know. May God help them. Arrest my case. Make her quiet. We can take a look at the newspaper, my daughters. Because my topic today is not good at all. This old man a problem. I leave it with you, Mary. Did they laugh? No laugh. Na Concord Benz. Now they will call her Concord Benz. Now the first photo when I bring Concord Benz. Now the Shekari motor. You know, Mary, I know when it be Concord Benz. Now they rain.
No.
You see, can you see how quick things move? When I tell you, I say, the old cargo, and I just a joke. How can I think like you? You went and bought into a computer. The first television when come my village. Now town holiday. Una dey here. You know, there's all of us go gather. Then it comes after some time when we don't they grow up small. Some people don't get television. We go gather from window, they look the television. You know, mess, they say na mess, they go beat you na come out. Television, oh.
Black and white TV. If you need color, you take a local Z boost this thing.
We get that one.
To get color.
Now drop, now one na draw, we dey draw open. And when television they open those in around 5, you go come play the music, then NTA go come open. Then they come close by 12. Then they open the close. So I beg you, television they open by 5, you go close by 10. Are we still there?
Yes, sir.
Oh, bless you. Quiet.
Okay.
None of it.
Let's start with the punch. Punch that brought a big story, but when you search for the big story, Punch does not have details of it. You have to go to another app to get the full story. If I talk and say, what do I have against Punch? Those people, they can be funny sometimes.
I don't suspect you because the way you
you see that you see the big story. If you see the big story of the Punch, copy it and go and browse it. You see that Punch does not have they not carry the big story, but they run and go and put it as their big story, but they don't have the details. Another news platform is what is giving me the details. Is it not annoying? No, they don't have the full detail, unless maybe they are not opening it for me my own device because I don't understand. I'm getting it from another means. After April we say suspecting me, that's why I don't have anything against them. I don't even know who they are. So that's it.
No, they need to grow. Like we're talking now, Mary. They need to wake up.
I don't even know who they are. How can you give me a big story? You're not giving me the details. I don't understand.
They need to wake up. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now in the newspaper review segment of the show. Mary is going to run through some of the papers quickly with us. Over to you, Mary.
We have food price crash and farmers fought federal government order as agro imports hits 2.2 trillion naira. And the writer says, order won't work. Federal government must subsidize transport, agri sector. Then we have federal government to distribute 2,000 tractors to farmers. This is one of the topic I like to discuss more. I used to say once it has to do with food price, maybe we'll talk. I think I like the topic because you know it has to do with what the common man needs. Because poor man they complain about food. Poor man will not come and tell you about the price of food, how it has kind of
when he reads the food, maybe na market woman, maybe I know the price of food. The breakdown. This market woman. This market woman, when I get this market woman, she go give you breakdown.
You see that the Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Sabi Abdullahi, right? He's trying to explain to people that the president, right, or the federal government has already said that they should crash the price of food. Crashing the price of food when we are not doing, just like you are starting something, you are not starting it from the foundation. The foundation of trying to, the foundation will always be the reason why problems will be solved. When you are trying to lay a foundation and the foundation was not laid properly, then you started building a big house. There is no kind of mansion that will start.
Mary, what did I ask you this morning? No, I asked Mary one question this morning. Mary said gasket of motor bomb. When did cause the gasket to bomb?
Now you understand. So it's
Exactly.
just like when you have a house and you see that the POP keeps falling. It has to do with how those POP people how they fixed it. You get. So it's not like the farmers are the reason why these things are expensive. Now you can see that even the cost of imports on its own is there. You understand? How is the cost of these things? Okay, you are saying the federal government has already placed an order that they should crash the price of food, and it's going to be effective
So
as soon as
it's a mechanic thing.
when
So you will
when
not crash
the
out.
price of when the price of transportation is still on increase.
No,
So how
Mary, it's not
I
even
don't know,
about that.
it's not
Even if
rocket
you
science. How
reduce
is it going to
transportation,
work? You said
Mary, if you reduce transportation to zero, the price of
they
food will
also
continue to go high.
in the long analysis, they also said that even the reduction of transportation, you understand, will not solve the problem. Before we
Thank
should
you.
say transportation, fuel price should be reduced and all of that. No, it will not in any way, you understand, solve the problem, because now he said that the presidential directive has sparked criticism from farmers and rice millers who argue that the mere pronouncement cannot override market forces or
Thank
compensate
you.
for poor planning. The cost of food will go down if transport costs go down, but that alone is not enough.
Thank you.
It's not enough
Now you
now.
understand.
How much are we producing?
Thank
How
you,
much?
daughter. Now I believe you are
How
talking.
much?
You see what if this you see the funniest thing? 2.2 trillion. If we increase the money to
They
5
are coming
trillion,
to say that farmers are even complaining that they cannot buy fertilizers. So
of
it's not
course.
like
And I'm not even gonna Evelyn, Mary, Mona get this thing clear. What the federal government is doing, we are losing money. If the federal government say, okay, I'm not even going to give you fertilizer. You know what we're going to do? Show me your farm. I'm going to plan the farm with you to the best.
you
University
want
of
to crash,
Benin, show me
you
your
want to
land.
crash, you want to crash price of food. Is
If
that the kind of
every
thing?
state
I'm going to
start
plant with you.
producing food, every state
Yes.
start doing producing agriculture, start producing
The
feed
federal
and all
government
that,
even
we
start,
will have
then
in
each state do that.
abundance.
Only 6 months. Only 6 months. The price of food, we go to
Food
export.
will be
Self. We
very
not be
cheap.
saying no,
It will be
we
very
not
cheap.
even only they make a cheap, we go to sell. Federal government just embark on it. Unibet, well, show me your farm. At least Unibet you have at least 10 farms, different kind of farms.
They
Farm,
think it's
oh yeah,
transportation.
everything. The same thing. Everybody, you want to farm, show me your papa land. I will cultivate the land with you. The profit is coming to me and you. 30% now for me, 70% now your own. The 70% sell locally, the 30% for me, Nigerian government and the exporter to make my money back. The Nigerian government begin to, you will see massive production of food. That's federal government side. I wait till they cry every day, Mary. And federal government can do that by working. I said the local government should be cancelled. They should become economic councils, a part of the economic department of the federal government. Economy, where government invests with them. So you are in Ethiopia West. Show me the land in 10 acres in Ethiopia West. We work with the Ethiopia West people. They make the food, we sell, we share. We do that across the 774 local government in few months. How can Nigeria go to bed looking for Gary? Now wish. Now, you want to crash the cost of food? But where? There's something they teach us in economics, supply and demand. When supply is less than demand, price will continue to go. But when the supply is much, demand is lower. In fact, no person will tell you make you reduce your price because you want to sell. The only reason why they say make women marry more than make they allow that they marry more than one wife, we say women plenty past men. Mary will talk now. If you say now 1 to 1, who go marry the remaining one? I
I don't know why these people they feel transportation is the cause. It will always be the cause, because where are they making this production before they will transport it down to us here? But imagine everyone is producing their own. It will not be a problem. Transportation of these foodstuffs and all that will not be an issue. So transportation is not just the major cause. It's not the root of the problem. They should look deep into the root.
it's not even half of the problem. It got
It's
nothing
not.
to do with it. Transportation has never cost us nothing. Nothing. In fact, you know the federal government, sometimes federal government of Nigeria, they make us laugh. You said that the price of you don't want to pay subsidy anymore because the subsidy they remove, maybe technically it's money, it's our money. People don't think deep. If I was paying 200 naira before, I'm now paying 1,000. Meaning 800 naira is not added for every liter I use. That money goes to the federal government of Nigeria. Now you say you're going to give that money to my governor, make it take care of me. Are you sick? Why did you take it from there in the first place? But if you are taking that money from me and you are investing it in agriculture, then it makes sense. I thought honestly that the money Tinubu going to make from oil subsidy, that we're going to invest it. I don't say they won't share that with governors. I don't know at all. If I know, so now when we say no, so that we hate the oil subsidy removal, it's not because it is being removed. It is the way the money is being used. People get that language clear and don't distract it, Nigeria. This young boy said, the boy said, love is a beautiful thing. Don't get it twisted. Subsidy removal would have been great if the money is invested. Do you need a rocket scientist to get that? I don't know. I want to explain this guy. Mary, government take money from us. Tinubu took our money and he's sharing it among the governors. When we know say they don't get one good reputation. Now governors now they be the worst for Nigeria. Tinubu collect our money, come to share them. Can Tinubu tell us that the money he will got from subsidy has been invested in something that's going to bring money back? Oga, why did you remove oil subsidy? We need Peter Obi, no verse. You are a waste of space. Peter will not be able to tell us that if we take that money from us, he's not going to invest it. So then now, Mary, as they remove subsidy, we don't get 15 or 25 refineries, and we are building more. Because every day money is coming, our money, it's not somebody's money. No, Tinubu, the oil subsidy is our money. Because it was entitled to us before. Now you're taking it back. So it's our money. What are you doing with it? Buying yash? Let me read your paper, bro. I cannot talk. I talk, I go vex.
Hey. Let me so still on the punch. We are still on the punch. There's a story here that says presidency fires back as Atiku wants of revolution. Although Atiku will always be in the news, trying to criticize, trying to always see fault in, when the president talk about our economy, how our economy has at least become a little bit stable compared to the past government when he was not here, how he has tried to build Nigeria economy. Now, Atiku on the other hand is faulting it. So he was trying to say that everything that he has done, you understand, in this country, we didn't have it in the past government. Everything him Tinubu has done, you understand, that what Atiku is trying to say, there was a way he put.
Tinubu are not completely fair now.
But Atiku is coming to now, so he was trying to say that he described Atiku's comment as a cheap talk and a touch with recent economic data. So
what is Atiku's criticism? What is his true criticism? What is he really saying, Atiku?
You know that the way point is they did not bring what Atiku said because maybe the story has happened before. Because this is what he said.
Only the return match. I hear
yes, that. The presidential on Monday dismissed former vice president, warning that Nigeria risks unrest. Nigeria, according to Atiku, Nigeria risks unrest similar to French Revolution due to raging hunger. That's what Atiku was trying to say. But people saw that comment as a cheap talk.
And I understand. Our problem is not hunger. Our problem is not even the hunger. Hunger will remain a self-fulfilling prophecy until we start to go into production. Everything we need to become farmers. Government of Nigeria to feed us. What does it take? Nothing.
We have the
rice,
land.
we will produce so much rice today.
Yeah, we have the land. We have the good weather. We have everything.
We have the people to
I don't
farm.
know. Yeah, the
I
people.
think a tractor will not be buy. And we have the intellectuals. Look at the universities. Lecturers wasting. What are these people going to university to learn? Mary brought a young man from Benue. The boy was telling us how to farm. And I was going to say, all of us in Europe to be going to Benue to farm. Do you know it can be a mass movement to Benue? What?
We
Yeah,
don't
are you
even
looking
need
for
to.
money to
We don't
invest?
need.
We
We
have
don't even
cash.
need to go to Benue. The soil in Nigeria, every part of Nigeria is blessed.
God bless you.
The yam that was uprooted the last time, the giant yam, my brother video here, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. It didn't happen in Benue. So the soil
I mean,
is
imagine our
blessed. You
community
can,
go eat that yam, our community. It
yes,
go be like eat our food. That type pot of rice, that cup of rice when you are cook, now all of us will go now be that yam. But what does it take? Does it take the government so much to really realize this? That's what you see what I said on this show today. That don't blame these leaders. You know, vision is not in their DNA. And if it's not there, you know what you they preach. Preach heaven to earth. If it's not in you, it's not there. So if you see, sometimes when I'm not vex, I think Oborowori genuinely believe is working for Delta State.
I feel these people they have the vision. If you ask me, the vision is there,
No,
but
no, nobody
they
can have
are
a vision
they
and do
are
what they do.
selfishly blind. That's just the problem.
I don't think so, Evelyn. I don't. It's because what we are saying now, what we're saying
Do you
now.
know the reason why I say this? The reason why I
Okay,
say this is if they leave power, that is when you know that these people they know what they ought to do or supposed to do,
where are they?
but they didn't
Which
do
one?
it.
Which one leave
They
power? Come
come
they do
out
well.
and start talking and start saying this we have to do this is what we will do to succeed in Nigeria, this, and then you'll be asking yourself this question: when you were there, why didn't you do it? So you knew all this. Why? That is why I'm saying they know, they have the vision, but when they are in
No,
the position, they are selfishly blind because they work in their own interest of what they will
well,
achieve, not of the interest
I
of the
don't.
people.
No,
Because if they have
okay,
the
I
interest of
think
the
though.
people at heart, that's when
eh,
they make use of that vision to actualize the vision. But when you
No,
don't have the interest of the people at heart, what are you do? What are you going to do? You're
no,
only going to be thinking
Evelyn,
about yourself. I try to do the
Evelyn,
little just for appraisal,
no,
to get
I disagree.
praises. That's
I
all.
disagree. I disagree. Let me say it this way: if Tinubu has improved Nigerian economy for the ordinary man to see, he will return unopposed. Let me use the word. We don't care how you get the power in the first place. If it's not doing well, as of today, Nigeria have so much food, we are not exporting food. Not the one is spending 2.2 trillion now to import food. Nobody will vote for you like that, sir. But if the report is Nigeria is now exporting so food. We saw so yesterday. We saw so yesterday. And we have enough. It's clear. They're not they hide them. It's clear. Who's going to oppose Tinubu? If Oboriwo don't need to decamp from PDP to APC, if he had concentrated on building the economy of Delta State. Now, you know what they're doing? They're only busy spending money trying to get re-elected. And you said those people have a vision. They don't. They're even punishing themselves. Because the easiest way to get re-elected is to work. Not to spend money to buy the votes. It's cheaper to create the jobs and make money than to spend money to buy votes. That's what I said it. I said, look at the world championship is on. Nigeria will not be represented. We are the biggest black nation on earth. The 100-meter race, you see us there. You not see us for the 100-meter race.
So just this, let me even continue with the point that I was
Go on, my
analyzing.
daughter.
This our country. If I talk now, say I'm complaining. Or okay, we have another story here that says Nepal protest. 2 Nigerian inmates were arrested after jailbreak. So we have Nigerians that are in prison in Nepal. Is it that we like? Oh God, I wish Sponge did not even bring this story. Like this, the panel that we are complaining that the government. Hey, Evelyn, God bless you. Yesterday you were saying that I wish Nigeria will go there. Are you seeing the story? Because I'm wondering which Nigeria we go there. Is there any country we don't go to? So because of the protest, they ran off from the prison. You understand? And now they were caught again. This will not be another double punishment. They were
Nigeria
caught
problem
when trying
is
to
far
cross to
beyond
another
our
Asian country.
beyond
Then now
our
when they were
government.
caught. Is it that anywhere we are,
Nigeria problem.
we'll be in prison?
That's what
Anywhere
I'm
we are,
saying. Is
we'll
it
be
the
in prison.
government that made them go to prison or commit the crime? Nigeria
Who is talking
problem
about
is far
government here?
beyond.
I've not even called the
It's far
government.
beyond our.
We just have bad name. We keep building bad name for ourselves. Bad legacy. In fact, there's no legacy that is good, that is bad.
That's
Every
what I'm
legacy.
saying now. They paint Nigeria bad because they say the government is bad, but we
No, but
ourselves.
yesterday you were saying which Nigeria will go to Nepal. I was not wondering and looking at you like again and again.
Because I was wondering what
Country.
would they be doing in Nepal?
That's the question you're asking. That's not the question they're asking. Now they don't go there, go commit now, they don't enter prison. They come there, peace protest happen, they run away, they cut them again. Don't say that catching them again is another punishment. You think it's Nigeria where you want to run?
Nepal, they talk so.
Yeah, so Nigerians are in prison because of this
Like,
recent protest. They ran away from the prison, they escaped, trying to cross to another Asian country, they caught them again.
But why they not go wrong before? Which prisoner go see where they don't go wrong?
You don't understand. This kind of escape, you don't escape and way. You can't escape that way, you can't catch you again. You can't worst.
I know. A criminal they think well. If they think well, go prison in the first place.
But this time in Nigeria, they can succeed to escape.
It's like what we're saying about our leaders now. Any clever human being will look for a way to make money for himself or herself. They want to look for the shortcut because you know when you start to build small, every day, like I'm thinking in my life, what can I do now that I breathe 10 naira, 20 naira every day? That is how a man think. But if I want to make one goodie, I don't make a goodie once in a day. It doesn't have tomorrow. I've been around for so long that I now know that it's the small one that is coming from here. That is constant, that is going to make us tomorrow. We need a change. We need a change of mindset. And that's how the government is going to think.
When you look at the top story, both the Nigeria Association of Student Union, the rest of them, they are planning to still go on strike. You look at the other one, they are coming to tell you Southeast are behind in voters pre-registration. Why won't Southeast? Southeast are they even showing interest in politics again? So that's another thing. But Southwest registration lead. Why would Southwest lead? Southwest is supposed to lead. Is it not? Let me have a talk. We have another story.
You have the president now.
I they're not supposed to lead. Life still they sweet them. We have a
we get wahala small. May God help our country. That would they pray so.
Hi. Amen. That's why we go and disturb God every Sunday. God help our country.
So you don't agree so they disturb? No, we are not disturbing God. You don't disturb our meeting.
I just speak like Mannequin.
And if you cannot influence me in that part, we are not disturbing our meeting.
I'm trying to
seeking for.
She's just trying to speak my language. I'm not influencer really. But indirect, unknown to you, you've heard it. You see the word there, it's like a seed, they plant them. Small time they do, you go decide, what be this? When they are stay here, if you know, you just consider, but they push you small. When they go do some kind of thing, you say, what do you want to talk, sir? Because you cannot hear a word. It's the word of God. It's the gospel I'm preaching here. You don't go ever day inside the way you don't go act. It's there, it's eating it, it's staying it, it's looking for a place, it's going to settle. You can't hide the truth. Good will rule over evil eventually.
Sure.
There's no two ways of doing it. No two ways of doing it.
But sometimes it looks as if the evil always win. By the end of the day, God still sees the good. You know, evil people are always appreciated.
Good will always rule.
Evil people are always appreciated, whether we like it or not. Anywhere, it is the bad people when they come with that their evil acts. You will not know if you're appreciating them. They're not sincere. Oh. But the good ones, you will never see they are good. That's the truth. You never see that. That's why they say that evil people last long. Like wicked people, they last long. Good people don't.
Mary, have you looked at the word? Great people don't live long. I say if you reach 60 years old, and they ask, if you reach my age, let me say you not be great man. Make I repeat them. Great men are not meant to live long. May I show you that?
Right.
That's why they pray for Obama every time. If Obama still remain on that stage, he will not die. You cannot be, you see Michael Jackson, he lived too long. But Marley lived too long. Greatness comes with a price. Don't be afraid of it. Jesus Christ lived for only 36 years, reach 36 years. Now with the worship too. How many years was Jesus Christ on earth? Look at your book. Show me one great man when he lived long. He don't die. If Nelson Mandela not go prison, he for quick die. He paid his price in the prison. No greatness come with living long. Forget about long life. A stupid man, I pray for long life. A wise man will pray for what I can accomplish with my time on earth. Whether you like it or not, we're all going to die. Whether you live 20 years more, 30 years more, we'll go die one day, and that place will go. What is important?
No, that you say some people will live forever. Yeah, me, I don't used to forget anything that somebody says.
No, Nami go live forever. Nami say I will live forever.
So I did not agree.
Nami.
We are not gonna die. Some people will live forever, according to the decrees.
No. Evelyn, baby, look what I said. I said when God created the world, He didn't create us to die. And the last time when I said, one time me say when Jesus Christ talk all of the doctrine, I said not the all don't come true because Jesus Christ tell me say if I embrace a son, I will die again. But God's may not be preach say Jesus Christ not want us to die, that's conquered death. That's why they say by the grace of God. I say the grace of God is in me. Have you seen my language? I don't say by the grace of God. I say I have the grace of God. That's what I say. I don't say by the grace of God. I will tell you I have the grace of God. Come and attack me. That's a word of faith. By the grace of God, you are anticipating, you are hoping. Now, the grace of God is already here. Now, what happened in the Bible is they said the sin committed by Adam and Eve is what Jesus Christ came to restore. Adam and Eve, before Adam and Eve committed that sin, there was no death. Meaning, when God created them, Adam and Eve, He created them to die. No, now, this pastor, they're not a priest for us. So they here. I don't know whether somebody see them. The Bible tells us, say, God created the heavens and the earth, and it was beautiful. He created man and Eve there.
Apple cost anything. Apple.
Okay. So, Mary, before the apple, there was no death. It was after the apple that they were caused to die. So, the original intention of God is not for us to die. So, when somebody preach for you, say, you are created to die, tell him no. Now, what is so beautiful is that Jesus Christ has come to restore that. That's why, as a child, you are baptized in the Catholic Church of the original sin. Maybe why do we baptize children in the church? You baptize them of that original sin. Original sin is committed by whom? Adam and Eve. So we are not supposed to die.
But the same Bible
has
given age.
They will die. They fear.
But
by the time we say we're not to die again, we're not to die again.
Means a man will die as well.
What? Evelyn will not go die. If the amount of money the money we spend on
Bible has given the age.
I don't know where that Bible
has given.
What did Jesus Christ say about death? Did you hear Jesus Christ tell you that you meant to die? Show me where Jesus Christ say you are meant to die.
It's talking about your soul, everlasting life.
No, Jesus Christ never said. He said, what will it profit a man if you please the whole world and lose his soul?
Yeah.
And you go talking about entering the kingdom of heaven. You don't say you go die first. Yet we kill the man. Maybe somebody will not kill him.
Nobody won't die, but you won't go heaven. How you want to go heaven?
Because we're not meant to die. I mean, we are not meant to die. God did
Ancestors.
not create his things to die. He not create us to die. Maybe don't start. I was so listen, young women. I have a place to run to. I know you guys will understand. All right.
Oh, it is well. Hmm. I don't even want to go to Vanguard. Let me just leave the punch like this. I don't want to start talking about people that came for prayer around the 5:30 a.m. that bandits adopt in the mosque and took over 40 people. Ah, let's leave this paper. If you have another fresh news that can ease our mind, you bring it.
40
Because I
people.
wanted to go to Vanguard, but I don't think I can right now. The stories are really heartbreaking, honestly. I don't know how we're going to
Okay.
continue this.
I don't know if I hope that the case is not going off so that these videos will not go
He
off.
is. He is. I
Ha!
don't know if you are going to just do what you want to do now before he goes. Because you already said it now.
Okay. We have, I don't know what Niger State governor is after actually. We've heard news about dread. I've gone from dread to they should leave him alone. They should stop telling him to stop borrowing money. If he wants to sell the state, he will sell the state. I don't know if he just want to be in the news or not. And now he has come up with another law that before you go out to preach your sermon, you have to bring it for approval. Meaning, he said he's not banning evangelism. No, he's not doing that. But before you go and preach anything you want to preach, but he said Friday. So people are kind of confused. Is it that he's talking to the Muslim, or but it will be a biased thing to say he's just referring to the Muslim by saying Fridays. Whatever preachers are going to preach, you have to bring it forth for review. They have to approve it before you can actually go and preach. And he said, these preachers, if you know you want to be a preacher in the States, you have to come and register. You have to be a registered preacher so they will know that you're a preacher. And we have a
So
voice,
this
I
governor
think
is a
one.
young person. So it's a young person that is behaving like this. A young governor
Yeah,
for that matter.
they said we need
I thought it
youths
was
now
a joke
to.
initially. Oh. I thought it was a joke.
No. And there was an interview that was granted by his voice where a cleric was talking and saying, so if God give you a vision to go and tell the president of the country to feed the nation, so they are not going to approve it because you are going to, I don't know why that the case is out of here, because I don't know if that the case is actually going to support this man because of the way he always speak about these pastors and all that. I wanted to hear his opinion, but it's not here.
Don't worry.
Let me
Maybe you keep
quickly
the video again now. You can
before
still
it goes off,
replay it.
let me click on the interview. Let's hear the voice of the cleric.
Okay.
I've clicked it. I don't know if the case is out, but I'm still seeing them here. So I don't know if you are
Which
seeing it
of the
from your
video is
side,
that? Which of
which is
them?
the last one with the governor. Maybe it's not playing because probably the case is
I'm trying
out
to
or
play
something.
it. No, once is
No, no,
once
it's not
the
that one. It's not that one. When you go down, the governor
is
of
it
the governor of Niger State.
okay. It's not playing.
Okay, I think that the case is off. That's the reason why it's not playing. So that's just
Yeah.
the news
The
we
network
are
might not
getting.
be there as well. Once his network
Yeah,
is
that's
not there, it will not.
there. Then it's out. Okay, but that's the story. But let me quickly read it out. It says Niger State Governor Umar Bago has said that preachers in the state must submit their sermons for approval before preaching. The governor appeared on TVC Policies on Sunday to clarify some aspects of the law seeking to regulate preaching in the state. He said, I didn't ban evangelism. For everyone going to sermon on Friday, he should bring his scripture for review, and it's normal. He said it's normal because he made
Really
reference to
sorry, sorry to cut you. Is not religion? Is it part of it? Is it part of the law, or is it only
that's
for the
why
other
that's
religion?
why people are kind of confused because he said on Friday. So people are saying, is it that he's talking about the Muslims because they go to the mosques mostly on Fridays? But to me, I feel it's going to be biased because saying that preachers have to submit before they preach, it means it also includes the Christians. Because if you put that law on the Muslims alone, it's going to be a biased thing. So I think the Christians are also among, they are included as well. And telling people to come and register before they become a preacher in the States. And then before you preach, whatever you want to preach, you have to come and submit it for review. They have to review what you are going to preach before you go out there to preach. And this kind of, should I say, is funny to me. I don't know, it's funny to me because if we have about 1,000 plus preachers who are supposed to preach that Friday, is it going to be that easy for him to review everything that all the preachers are going to preach on that day? Review them, then say, okay, this is approved, this is not approved. And people are kind of concerned that, are we in a
Yeah,
military
the
rule?
pressure is on.
Is it that there are things that people cannot freely do anymore? How can you put such a law that people are not free to preach whatever they want to preach unless you go through it? You have to
That is
go through a
the
scrutinized thing
democracy.
before you are
Democracy
allowed.
pro max. You know why something is pro higher? Democracy pro max. It's no longer the democracy you think. You understand? So some of these leaders are kind of trying to change the whole narrative of how democracy should be, because I really do not understand why this kind of law should even be put out there in the first place. It looks like a joke to me, honestly. Like as
It's
if they
really
are joking.
laughable.
Oh yes,
It's
it's not
laughable.
serious. Most times I feel like this government always bring things that are not important. He's a kind of always misplacing priorities. The state already have their own issues that he's supposed to tackle. The other time he talked about dread, now he's talking about preaching. These are the things they always come out on the media to do or say. When there are other important issues that needs to be tackled. Has he come to address the insecurity in Niger State and how they abduct people? Has he come to talk about it? No. Has he come to talk about how there are places that you can't even pass with your vehicles? You understand? Has he come to talk about it? He is leaving those ones to talk about preaching and dreadlocks. I don't
That is what
understand though.
that's what the cleric was saying in the interview. That there are more pressing issues you
There are
can actually
issues.
look into in the
You get?
states rather than coming to do that. Because it's going to impute fear in these people. Imagine a cleric coming up to want to preach. You come to the podium, you want to preach, and then you are scared. You are being careful of what to say because you don't
It's
know what
sad.
to expect. Because they are very serious about this. He said, we want to be able to see what they are preaching, hear what they are saying. We are working together with security agencies. You see, they are working with they are working with Department of State Service, this is the DSS, and the police. They are working with the police, the Nigeria Security, the Civil Defense Corps. Means there is going to be a big issue. You'll be in the podium preaching, and before you know, you see police coming into your. Very, this is really funny. It's becoming scary. It's really becoming scary. And comparing yourself to Saudi Arabia, that is normal. It's being done in Saudi Arabia. What are you trying to state with this statement? Because you can't compare both. People cannot freely preach anymore. People cannot freely speak their mind. He said you cannot come out and preach what is anti-people, anti-government. You cannot come out and preach. So if the government is not going the right direction, are you trying to say our leaders cannot preach to try to redirect them into the right course? They should be focused on what they ought to do, how they ought to serve the people. You are trying to tell us that they can't freely preach. Eyes is on them 24/7. You have the police, you have the civil defense to watch out on these people. It's becoming really scary to me. I know there are some other people that will oppose it and say, these preachers, do they know what they are even preaching? And they are preaching against, they are preaching against, they are preaching this, they are preaching. No, but this is no longer democracy. How can
It's not.
people lose? How can
Democracy
people
where?
lose? How can people lose
Democracy
their
where Ibrahim? Who is talking about
freedom
democracy?
of
That's not
speech?
democracy. It's not. It's not democracy at all.
You cannot be
It's not
free
democracy in any way.
to speak. You cannot be free to preach. It's becoming scary. I don't know who is behind this or who is advising this man. who his advisor is, I don't know for it. But since our videos are gone, we have there was another video I wanted to play. This is APC gubernatorial candidate that allegedly they said is coming up for Anambra governorship election, and allegedly is owing 1 billion naira. And there is a video that is going around where they are coming to drag him to pay the money, and people are kind of concerned. They are like, "You are not yet the governor. You're already owing 1 billion, 1 billion naira already." So imagine you become the governor. Is it that you are going to be using the state's money to pay your debts? So people are now concerned. Are you going to be using the state money to pay your debts? Because how can you come out like you want to run for governorship and then you're already owing 1 billion naira? It's not a small amount of money. And it's really embarrassing to see that somebody, maybe you had hope in this person and you feel this a candidate that I put my trust and my hope in, I'm going to elect him when the time comes in November, and then you see a video like this where he's being dragged for owing 1 billion naira, being a debtor. Nigeria politics is becoming a laughing stock, if you ask me. It's becoming a laughing stock because what is going on? Is it that the politics in Nigeria is of like business? Is now a business grant or what? Because if they should make this man the governor today, then give him the allocated fund, is he going to be doing the duty or to do with the fund or paying his debts? Because how can you be owing 1 billion naira allegedly from the video? You are being accused of being a debtor of 1 billion naira, and you want to be elected in November, the upcoming election.
They're not like complaining, they might still voting. This is Nigeria.
They're voting with the state money, and he's going to pay their debt with the state. Man,
At least you are in the country, you know how the election is. Just pray he's not although I don't know, let me not say anything though, but you know that even if he doesn't win now, once he has a godfather, you understand, in this system, anything can happen because the problem with terrorism is they don't care whether you are credible or not. As long as they feel like you're gonna be loyal to them and they will be in total control, using you as a subject to whatever they do. They might put you there. You understand? Do they consider that this person is supposed to or in any way merit this position before we tend to put them there? I don't think they look into all of that. So that's the problem. That is why even you know that there are people that countless times they don't want to be a leader in one way or the other, but you see them there. You know that okay, they've had one or two flaws in the past, but at the end of the day, they still emerge winners. So that's the problem we have, and that's why the country will continue to be like this. And people keep running out of the country, trying to see if they can get greener pasture out.
it's really a big problem. Like, it's challenging, really challenging with what we're facing here in Nigeria. So, like, according to our topic for today, the show, it said beyond the glamour. I'm going to conclude by saying Nigeria is blessed with two of the most powerful, when I say powerful, two of the most powerful cultural exports in Africa. And when I say two of the most powerful exports, cultural exports in Africa, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the Nollywood. I'm talking about the Nollywood, and I'm talking about the Afrobeats. You know, the Nollywood and the Afrobeats, they are two most powerful cultural exports in Africa. Beyond entertainment they are giving us, these creative industries, they have the power to actually inspire, they have the power to educate, they have the power to turn around things in Nigeria. And what is that power they have? Is the camera, like that they always say, their camera, the camera, and for the Afrobeat, the voice. So
That's
when you
true.
have the camera, what are you portraying? What are you displaying to the people out there? How are you impacting life of the people? How are you bringing about change to the people and to Nigeria? How are you doing that? So Nigeria, Daddy K spoke about Nollywood. Daddy K spoke about Afrobeat. So how are you impacting the life beyond just entertaining the people? How are you bringing about change? How are you bringing about change to the life of the people? How are you bringing about change to Nigeria? What are you showing to the people? That is one thing, that one key thing we should look into when we are raising up our camera, being it for shooting of movie, and when we are raising up our voices for singing. What message are you actually passing? I think this is a good place to wrap up the show, right, Mary?
Yeah, it is.
This is a good place to wrap up the show. I don't know if you have anything to say before we wrap up.
Yeah, my concern is about, first of all, Nigerians in diaspora. I think you guys need to do better, because you don't leave your country because it's bad and you go there to create another problem. It means even you that is complaining that Nigeria is bad, you are still not good. When I say my country is not good, I go there and I see myself into fraud, I see myself into crimes, and today I will still come and say Nigeria is not good. Why not make a difference? Please, Nigerian diaspora, you guys should do better. Stop spoiling the name of the country. I think you people have done enough. In fact, you guys are one of the problem we have. You've done enough by spoiling Nigeria's name and putting us in the mood, and in the mood, sorry. And now we have leaders that really do not care about us. So, aside our leaders, I think as a people, as Nigerians, we should see what we can do for ourselves. We should see what we can actually do to keep us going. Because at the end of the day, we keep complaining, we keep a kind of trying to be hopeful with one or two things they say in the media. No, it is one thing to talk and it's another thing to get work done. But if they keep talking with no action, we won't just sit and rely on them. This is us trying to see what we can do. Just like what Adequate say, we have good future. Our futures are bright, but because of the situation of the country, we don't see that way. We think we cannot do more than, well, we cannot move more than where we are. We cannot do things beyond where we are. I think with your own encouragement, you have to encourage yourself. You understand? Nobody can be strong for you. Nobody can encourage you the way you should encourage yourself. Believing yourself is one of the good things you should do for yourself as a Nigeria. I think that is what I have to say. That's the last thing I have to say. To believe in yourself first, and by so doing, you see yourself going higher. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mary. We've come a long way on the show. Thank you guys for staying tuned with us. See you tomorrow again on the Rise and Shine in AROT. Do good to follow us on all our social media handles on Facebook and on Instagram is SROTV Television, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for staying tuned. See you tomorrow again, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Find your sanctuary in the heart of the city. Live the life you deserve in an exquisite apartment. SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Lagos, is a place where your comfort is rest assured. Welcome to SRTV Shortlet Apartment, part of the prestigious SRTV Real Estate family. Why choose us? Prime location, nestled in the heart of Lagos, close to key attractions, business hubs, and vibrant nightlife. Modern interiors, fully furnished, stylish apartments designed to provide the ultimate comfort. Luxury redefined, vacation perfected. 24/7 security. Enjoy peace of mind with round-the-clock security and CCTV surveillance. Top-notch amenities, high-speed Wi-Fi, smart TV, air conditioning, fully equipped kitchen, and lots more. Perfect for business travelers, family vacations, romantic getaways, special events, and more. Book your stay today and experience Lagos like never before. Call +234 8143 582856 or +447 4388 9319.